Hello, and thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Sarah, and I have been a little under the weather, but now I feel better. And I just wanted to tell you guys I miss you. I love you. My prayers are with you all, and I'm here trying to finish my course and do everything that I can possibly do. Today I met a wonderful lady that I spoke to about some issues that I had. So I'm glad I'm back here with you all. And today I wanted to talk about celebration. There is what we call the Thanksgiving coming up for United States. And what happens with the Thanksgiving is, people sit home and folks enjoy food, they eat and eat and eat and they party, they drink and do all that. Some people, I remember my about a years ago I had to go and eat some food from at somebody's house, and I wanted to see the occasion, how folks really behave whenever they do this Thanksgiving. And I just realized that in United States, whenever they have to celebrate their Thanksgiving, they have it what at a particular place, like how they cut a turkey and they literally um have it like a center, where like the center is almost like, let's say, downtown, and they decorate the downtown, and then they do the parade like that, you know they do the parade like that. So you have to literally go find a place to park in the downtown area, where there is almost like you have to pay for every parking, how do you call it, parking spot. And you have to, if you are disabled wise, is a little bit challenging, for the disabled, and for like older folks, who have been taken care of. And it's hard for, let's say, mothers who have children that are living at home, who, let's say, you're doing a home care and home caring of that child, so this is what I say. The way they doing it with the parades and stuff here in the Western world, I feel like they have to do it. So almost like they center do it, so they finish, they clean up that specific area and they gone. But what they're not realizing is, it doesn't, the parade, look, the parade, right, or the celebration or the culture celebration is supposed to actually make trillions of dollars for the state or the city. Okay, the parade or the celebration is supposed to make trillions of dollars for the state or the city. That's how a lot of cultures, they were using these parades for. So United States, they have what's, they have the Christmas, they have the Thanksgiving. But what the country don't realize is, they doing it in a center stage wise, where they pick a spot, folks go to the spot, and that's it, to the spot. And I think another example of one of those places too, they had New Orleans, right? When folks come along and they walk in the street, but I think they pick an intelligence part about it, saying, it helped bring a lot of crime, where people are getting robbed through the streets and all that stuff. So that's why they had to, in urban cities, they have to have a center place where you go and then you come home. But what I'm going to also teach you is, it does not really define what culture is. I'm sorry. It doesn't give you the actual practice of how the culture is. Okay. And let me show you why they're doing that mistake. I already told you one is because they want to keep it centered so they can monitor it, the amount of people, they can stop crime, and they can literally make sure that nobody come there driving through the streets and doing all that stuff. Okay. Okay. So they want to restrict it, you know. So this is where they got it wrong. In Africa, right? How they do it is different. In other cultures that do culture practices, they that have been doing it for a long time, this is how they do it. Let's say in this community, right, there is going to be Thanksgiving coming. Okay? There's gonna be Thanksgiving coming. When Thanksgiving is going to come, what you expect is like the person that is in charge of that community, right? Let's say the person in charge of that community, they give, or the city, almost like uh they give like some kind of allowance or something, and they have to be decoration done throughout that place. And they had those that are participating in the celebration. Every neighborhood could literally have a spot where they will stand and watch as the parade come through. Okay. So in Africa, or in other, like in even in London and all those things, all those places, what happened is you are able to literally, when you are home and you cannot go outside because you are sick, you can look through the window and see the parade, and you say, "Oh my God," and wave at people and enjoy it and see different cultures and different laughter. You know, in Spain is like that, right? When they have the bull run through the streets and all that. You see, that stuff is fun to you because you don't get to experience that culture here. So you have to literally travel outside to go, almost like you are thirsty to go find it. But meanwhile, your country, your state could make it better, beautiful, amazing, that nobody could even challenge it. But I feel as if there's not a center. Those organizing it are not seeing the view of culture. Do you see what I mean? It's almost like, let me restrict culture that it doesn't get out. And this restriction, they have done it. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know who's doing this restriction. They have restricted culture so much that it's hurting their own children, their own families in here, in this country. And what culture does is it allow your child to experience the outside world that they are not able to travel to, or you are not able to afford. You see what I mean? Your child get to see another child, like somebody from, let's say, Indonesia, and you say, "Oh my God, so you guys have this because of that?" Yeah. Like, I saw the Indonesian man playing a guitar of a shoe. It's amazing. You are like, "Oh, this is what a shoe means." Yes. And then you will listen to it, say, "Oh man, it's based on the culture of the African, the African culture too, that we have a shoe culture." You see? So that means we are not far apart from each other. We are close to each other. We all rely on one culture, but we have our separate meaning, how we understand it. So that's why I was always telling you, don't see a Chinese person doing their culture and you are saying, "Ah, they are old school, they are old," and don't do that, because you putting the culture down of they are old and this, and let's get rid of that's not. That's their understanding, their basic level of understanding of of how to teach their children to be to properly accept others for what they are. You see? So culture brought colors into its perspective. Culture literally celebrated what is called enlightenment. And a lot of folks don't tell you this. Guys, sometimes I walk around, I say, God, somebody literally picked the whole world and turned the whole world around. You know? That's why I think, because culture is supposed to be celebrating enlightenment. Enlightenment have colors. Enlightenment have shades that you go through in this process. So what the culture is doing is teaching you how to be better. How to, you see this is not good, you pick it up. You do this is not fine, you do this. You see somebody that, yes. And they make the culture beautiful, they beautify it. Okay, this is what, let's say, it's almost like, this is what sometimes when I look at the African culture, right, is the beginning, right? But I sometimes pity for the leaders, because I expect the leaders to have literally polished the culture in an essence where they could instill modernization into their culture, where you can celebrate this, and let's say a culture that celebrated woman. In Ghana we had it. Whenever a woman got their menstruation, their menstrual period, we have it, right? But they could advance on it. Advance on it how? First they will put beads around you with your buoys hanging up or something. But now they would, okay, you know what? We cannot put the buoys out like that. Let's go ahead and do it and cover the person up, you know because let's teach the person this. So now you have a storytelling of, oh well, first we used to have it this way, now we have it this way. These are the pictures that it was made out of, how we move from advancing of the culture, from the base of this culture to the advancement of that culture you know and so if they would have done that, you see that the culture still stays and it's advanced and better. Like I was saying, when folks were complaining about the New Orleans and all that stuff, and folks didn't want to go to New Orleans anymore. One, they were saying, well, because it's too much crime in the street, people were popping each other, pa, and all that stuff. It was everywhere loud, and I sit down. I was like, what is wrong with these folks? In a sense where you say, okay, it's almost like the culture have to be put down at that place. You see what I mean? And when literally, guys, if you put these cultures down, or these colorful beautiful celebrations down, what you have is a boring state, a boring country. Okay. Rome, okay, is where they do Christmas, right? It's where they celebrate Christmas and stuff. Here in America, they do, right? But they do it at home. So, what is the American culture? Tell me, what was the American culture? Do you think it was just a turkey? What was the American culture that is celebrated in their streets that you can understand? Don't tell me it's guns. You see what I mean? Don't tell me it's guns. Don't tell me it's crime. Because you can find that anywhere. What is the American culture that we can celebrate in the streets? For the whole world to know that at the end of the year, we come together. Guess what they do? Only New York. New York City? Well, guys, what every time I'm like, oh, I gotta go to New York just to go see one Christmas parade where people are put together. And I'm like, why can't I go to Houston around the corner and go see how people get together, And let's say I went and see lights, of course, here in Houston and stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you is they should have organized these celebration in communities, drilled all the way to a centerpiece. You see how they do it in London and all that stuff. How do they do it? They do it in a sense where it's almost like the parade. They have a center where everybody almost like walk to that side of it, walk to that center of it. In Africa too, whenever, let's say, it's a king or something coming, the neighborhood, you have to keep the neighborhood clean, everybody dressed up, everybody come out, they come through the neighborhood, we are cheering, we are happy. Okay, and after that we say, oh, did you see what the person had on? Oh, that was pretty, that was good, yes, yes, and we are shouting, it's excitement. Here I'm like, sometimes I walk around, I said, why? So other artists went and got an art degree, and guess what he do? He's on the street. I think he work at Walmart, something like that. That's what got him from an art degree. And I'm like, yeah, oh, no, 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 that's not good. An art degree is supposed to have made you trillions. Remember, Picasso made so much money. Yeah, Picasso was on top. Why? An art degree was supposed to make you supposed to tell, when you make an art, it tell a story. When somebody is standing there, say, "Wow, I get everything you said on this." Even look, you don't have to write it from one to two. You just put something there that explain exactly what you mean, that everybody will get along with. And that is these things, like I'm telling you, it's like the country is plain. I mean, it's bold. It's bold in an essence where the colors are not vibrant coming out there. There are children. You are like, no, 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 no. It's time, baby. It's time. Get up. It's time. It's time for us to celebrate colors. It's time for us to celebrate what we're supposed to make. You have Lady Liberty. What did they call her? I can't believe, I look at the name of Lady Liberty and I was laughing. What was it? It said Salot, 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 something like that. Like slut. Like it sound almost like a slut. I don't know how to say it, but it was, when you look at it, it literally says Sawa. Literally. In an African language it will say Sawa. And in another, it has a all these cultures have the Lady Justice. The name always starts with an S. Okay, and why the S is almost, it's a scale. Okay, it starts with a scale. So you have to understand it, guys. This is something small. You have to understand. Don't go out there trying to find out what it this. No, no, no. It's in your house. Okay, it's the fifth. It's almost like the fifth star. Okay, so I literally, you see a lot of black folks walking around trying to find out what is the name of Lady Justice, and I don't get no justice. I'm like, justice is in your home. Do you see it? Yeah. Okay. It's in everybody's home. You just have to know it. The child that you gave birth to, that fifth star, you find it. That's your judge. So they're supposed to literally have a culture about the judge or something, where the whole community and the whole everybody was supposed to celebrate about something that they didn't feel. Let's say you don't feel like you receive you gain something, you gain, literally, you gain your freedom from something, you gain happiness from. It's not Santa only. Okay, it's not Santa. Grandpa, no. Okay, it's not only Santa. Okay, these coaches were supposed to be, let's say, like in my street, in my neighborhood, where you ride the trail, the wagons and stuff, you from one end to another. The people here in this community knows on the time, hey, the parade will come and walk here at 5 o'clock, and so we know, okay, it's gonna be here at 5 o'clock. We watching, almost like having the center slate on Google, right? Where we supposed to see where the parade is going. It went from Houston, Texas. It went through this whole street, and then guess what happened? It went to the other street, and people saw it. Okay, and then we literally, you can track it where it is, and I mean, guys, sometimes I think about it, I said, them, who is a minister of culture or something here? This person, we need to talk to them, okay? And we have to assess it and say, no, wait. Let's not make a mistake on these things, you know? And I was watching this Indonesia video. It was like, say, G20 or whatever. And that was one of the most beautiful video I've ever seen. It had a whole bunch of colors, dancers, it had children involved, it had adults involved, it have state reps and all that stuff. It was beautiful. You see, if I was in charge, I would have paid them triple to do more, you know. You see, even Japan also have the soldier girl. Okay, that girl culture where they put the, I wish I could play for you, where the girl is coming and the girl had her back, but it's pretty. Okay, and these things are fun. How? Okay, now let me teach you how the state makes the money off these cultures. Okay, so because we're going to be standing and it will come out in the hallway and watch these things, right? And guess what happens? The people doing, like, let's put it, the cars, those people that is called like a food truck or whatever, the food trucks, they would have walked through the parade too. That folks could, it will be at this, let's say the food truck will be at this center by the church or something, and people could have went and eat, and then at 1 o'clock it will move to another place. This is how small businesses made money. They are like, oh my God. So there's food trucks that's going to be at this church at 2 o'clock. What food truck is coming in through the neighborhood? Let's say Popeye's food truck will be at 8 o'clock. Okay, at 8 o'clock it will be parked over there by how do you call it? At 8 o'clock it was gonna be parked at the church, and they're going to have Popeye's food in there. So literally, they will move at 2 a.m. and go to another section. So you see how it is. So the food wagons were literally able to move through the community, where even driving along with traffic will be easy. Because a lot of people, literally, a lot of traffics are about food. You know that, right? A lot of traffic is about going to the grocery store and getting your little petty stuff. And let's say all these stores were supposed to come up with this. Literally, guys, I sit down, I look at them, I say, what are they doing? These stores could have made it. It's almost like they're taking baby steps. Like baby steps. You know, these stores could have said, okay, you know what? Like Whole Foods. Okay, Whole Food, this is Whole Foods. We're gonna be here at the center in your community. That's why I was talking about them having a location signboard. Like you go to the airport and you have that location signboard in the middle where you put, because I don't know what they're doing, where you put the neighborhood name, right? They're supposed to have the sign on there that almost like when you go to the airport, that shows at 1 o'clock at this location, um this Walmart's grocery cart will be over there, you see. And so it will come on the machine, so you know at 1 o'clock when you go stand there, you can get the soda that you want, or the chicken stuff that you want from that cart, and it's gonna move away to another place in 5 minutes. Okay, and at 2 o'clock, you know that UPS will come and these things, guys. It was supposed to celebrate culture. Okay, so what am I doing is I'm connecting the dots for you, connecting the dot where all small businesses were supposed to make trillions of money through the culture. But when you get rid of small businesses, you get rid of culture. What else do you people want? What else do these folks want? That we live in their pockets? Tell me, what else do the folks want that we live in their pockets and we are not able to think for ourselves? What? Tell me. But what I have in my mind is, guys, it is going to be accomplished. But I'm trying to tell you that how they have set the whole parade, the country lose money, literally lose money trying to do parade in America. No lie. The country lose money trying to do parades in United States. They only gain the money, but guess what? The money people put in the business, that the business supposed to pay the government, but the business, we us buying the food from the business is making the business rich. So whoever owns the business is the one that's rich. He can pay the government 2%. And remember, the rich don't pay the amount of tax that they said you do. So they can pay the government 3%. So the government is getting cheated on. And the government was supposed to think about it and say, no, man, this was a great idea. Why? Because now, if small businesses realize this and they said, wait, at 5 o'clock, we're going to be at this location. At 2 o'clock, we're going to be here. And all everybody could have got on the everybody could have gotten on the list, okay, where they park. Don't station there. You see, churches could have get this involved on the other side where they would say, well, at 5 o'clock, Denny's food truck would have come through this church at 5 o'clock. You know, you can stop by there and grab it, and it will go to the other side. Yes. So let's say if the parade was coming through like today, tomorrow being November, by the turkey parade. Look at this whole street. It's plain like bald eagle, literally bald. Like I'm always saying, somebody tell Joe to shave the back of his head and stop holding the top bald and the bottom full. Literally, they were supposed to decorate the neighborhood. They shaved it off, and folks were going to be excited, getting their stuff in. Okay, now I need to do this. Yes, folks would have come in and get their license. What did they do? Oh, my, I need a license to be able to go and be over here on this side and sell my little 2 by 4 over here when the parade comes in. And this one is like, yeah, I need my this to, but they have not shared it that way. So everybody is running. It's almost like, sometimes you walk and I'm like, wait, we can't walk in this street. You can only drive in the street. You see, something is not right. We cannot walk in the street, but we can drive in the street. You know what I mean? It's just something that I want you to literally think about it and say, wait, there could have been a change. There could have been something that we will do it. Let's try it for this generation. Let's see how we can accomplish this goal. And that is make a center place where all these parade cars, you can sign up for it, you can do this. We will celebrate, we will come through the neighborhood, we will party, we will sing, and then we will get through, and food trucks will follow in. All these things, and then we'll move to one side, and the schools could have been part of it. and literally put it in, the school saying, hey, this part, we don't have enough people in the class. If you have a child that's below 3 years old, they could come in there and we can go ahead and registration. Yes. See, registration could have entered in there, classes, all these things, job wise. You see, we could have made that, but it's almost like the connection is not there. It's almost like they have the resources, but they don't know how to connect the resources. Literally, it's like they have the resources everywhere, everywhere. That's how people can come here in America and become trillionaires when they go back to their country, because they've seen their country, they got the connections, but in United States, they also have the resource. So if you get the condition and the resource together, boom, you're gone. So the kids here in America, they have the resources, but they don't know the connections, and they don't know how to connect the dots. So it's almost like a soldier standing there still with everything all up on the soldier, and he's not able to move. He got all the armor on. Literally, that's how United States is looking. They got all the armor on, and literally they can move. Freeze. What have they done? Freeze, literally freeze. They got all the amount and then freeze. You are like, no, you're supposed to move. You see, you're supposed to move. Go and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're gonna make it. Let's try and get everybody online on board. Let's make sure this is here. Everything is good, amazing. Let's do it for our children, our great. Enjoy life. Life, that's it. Because at the end of the day, we shall all come back and do this school again. The school only advances and get better according to those that left for us to be here before. Okay, so don't let that don't come back to the school and you are like, oh, they didn't do it right. Come back to the school and say, yes, this was fabulous. Appreciate the school. They have done a great advancement with the school. How do you always know that the school have been done it? When you pick your child and you put your child back there, and your child is doing came back with awesome credit, awesome. Don't put your child there and your child come back and I hate this school. I don't like this school. What are you trying to accomplish, guys? What are you folks trying to accomplish? You see? So if you are here on my channel, I just want you to realize that it's time for us to come together, connect with each other, and move things from within ourselves. Okay? Educate folks, lead your push yourself. Guys, listen, stop doing too much. You know what too much is? The way you have been made, you are doing things without you even knowing it. And I am a proof for that. I'm doing things without me knowing that I'm doing the right thing. Or you see what I mean? So stop doing too much unnecessary things that really that really don't take you anywhere. Okay? Folks, it's time to learn. It's time for us to stop, learn. Let me do it again. Stop, listen, look, and learn. Stop, listen, look, and learn. Okay? It's S and three L's. Okay? So now when you go out there, you're going to create your culture or whatever. I just need you to know how to do it. I gotta go, guys. I just said I watched this Indonesian culture parade or whatever they did. It was amazing. The colors, the storytelling behind it, everything. I love it. If I had money, I would double it for them. They really, really appreciated culture, you know. And we got to too. We got to make it fun. No, but no child left behind, okay? Have a wonderful day, guys. I'm gonna leave you here. I wish they could have decorated this whole. It's almost like they can't do it because they feel they have like a guilty conscience or something behind the culture, or they have literally, like I said, you know how they always say, "Well, this neighborhood, I can't go to that neighborhood," and I'm like, "Why?" There are bad people out there. All the people are bad. And I'm like, in Africa, you can actually walk through a whole bunch of neighborhood, even the place that, why? You can, and here you can, but you guys have the cops and everything everywhere. You have everything. No, it's your own insecurity playing upon you. Your own insecurity, okay? Playing upon you. And because their own media too have put it out there, the image of this, so it's like the people live in fear, they are scared, they are terrible, they are petrified. I mean, I'm telling you, when I meet folks and I talk to them, I said, oh my god, whatever you ate, whatever you ate, whatever you drink, wherever you slept last night, it was not a good place because it's fusing out of you. And I just don't want to hear it. You disrespectful, and you acting really rude, you know. So all these things come to mind. I just need you to know, hey guys, it's time to celebrate culture, okay? Remember, culture. Within culture, we get Christianity too, spiritual. Look, let me tell you, culture, spirituality. Within spirituality, Christianity is in that spirituality. Spirituality comes from culture. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't tell the it's funny, guys. Don't tell the Hawaiian girl dancing her culture of Mother Luha or Akula, dancing and saying that she something wrong with her. That's her culture. The culture is her saying, I appreciate Mother Nature. I appreciated this world. I appreciated you know how Egyptians have Isis. Okay, you guys, I don't want to go there. I've been there before. Do you guys say ISIS? Yeah, let me put it ISIS. So you know, don't go out there and tell Chinese person with her hat, with her hat on as an assassin, saying, "Oh, well, she's this," and then they have their little bamboo at their back. Don't go out there and disrespect their culture. You don't understand the meaning about it. You don't have no clue about their culture. Don't go out there and look at a Buddha and say, "Oh, you are this. Ah, Buddha is from." You know how folks are always ready to say people's Buddha is from the devil, man. Buddha is from the. You look at them like, are you guys okay? You guys need help, guys. Literally, are you all okay? You guys need help, mental help. And then they say, "Oh, this is the." You like, no, 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 no. If you listen to what they're saying, you don't understand their language. But I can tell you, they are all coming from one culture, one culture. And if you are sitting here thinking you are not appreciated as a woman, huh? You are a liar because all cultures are based upon you. Every culture appreciates you. Okay? Every culture is there for you. Okay? So, guys, let me go ahead and move forward. When I look at folks, I don't feel appreciated. I'm like, you don't feel no appreciation. We have made all these cultures for you. You don't feel appreciated? Nah, man. And I said, it's because of where you are and you don't understand yourself. You see, folks that understand themselves and understand the culture, they know your meaning. They appreciate you far 10 times better than you think. Okay? So this is the time you say, let me get up. I'ma walk today. Let me stand up. I'ma jump today. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.